Lights, camera, evaluate. This is History Reels, where we give you quick reviews of movies and series about historical events and people. I'm Erik Carlson, your host this week, and I have a degree in social science from University of Wisconsin and teach high school social studies in Colorado. As a history enthusiast, I am thrilled to dive into Last Kingdom and explore the lesser-known tales of this fascinating era. The series transported me back in time, and I couldn't wait to share my thoughts with all of you.
I'm here to make you an offer. I can help you fulfill your father's dream of a united land. If you give me men to retake Bourbonba.
He is a great man, and his blood runs in your veins.
If it is real and not a dream.
Feel the air here, Uhtred. Feel its cold breath. This is the air that you and I were born to breathe. We're meant to be here.
So how do you know which path is righteous?
I think the path of the warrior is my way to Valhalla.
To Bourbonba!
Last Kingdom is a historical fiction television series from BBC and Netflix. It is based on the Saxon stories by Bernard Cornwell that tells the tales of early creation of England and the Danish invasion of the 9th century. After 5 series and 46 episodes, Netflix released a final movie in April this year. Sadly, the series had to be cut down from the original source material 14 novels, but it is still a fulfilling conclusion, especially if you have not read the books. The series follows Uhtred, born to a Saxon lord but taken and raised as a Dane. While Uhtred is a fictional character, he is an amalgamation of various fabled and true heroes of the time. His main purpose is showing both sides, the Anglo-Saxons versus the Danes. And throughout the series, Uhtred switches sides to get what he wants or when his emotions get the better of him. It might seem silly how this one character meets so many actual historical figures, like becoming a general for King Alfred the Great, or killing the Danish warlord himself, Ubba Ragnarsson. But prepare yourself for an exhilarating roller coaster of action, nail-biting intrigue, and jaw-dropping plot twists that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Uhtred feels like a real character that you will love, hate, root for, and smirk each time he introduces himself.
My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred. My name is Uhtred Ragnarsson. Destiny is all.
The first season does a great job setting up all the different sides, the Angles, the Saxons, the Danes, and those caught in between like Uhtred. It also lets you see the formation of England under Alfred the Great, and many of his actions are true to his own actions in history. There are some historical inaccuracies and fictional flourishes, but it does not diminish the historical enjoyment of a period that is often overlooked or simplified to being simply the Dark Ages. What the series does best is bring in the casual viewer to live this historical period and get a better understanding of what built England as a society, people, and faith. Other details I enjoy is when they travel around, they have the period name for the city, castle, or region on screen in Danish and in Proto-English. Then it phases into what we call that place today. The series brings up many interesting debates and discussion of Christianity, paganism, ethnicity, and feudalism. So many of the entertaining characters on screen are historical people of the period, and it is just as enjoyable to do Wikipedia deep dives on each of them. One such character is King Alfred's daughter, Ethelfled, who should be a better known woman of history as she was a warrior queen of Mercia, modern-day Midlands, and pivotal in the formation of England. The series can be criticized for historical inaccuracies, but all of them do not ruin the rich history of this period. Instead, the changes are to create drama and move the story from the perspective of Uhtred. The biggest mistake in the first 2 series is its take on Ethelfled's husband, Ethelred, who historically was a loving husband, but in the series they make him a cruel king for drama and plot. Historically, Ethelred becomes too ill to lead armies. That his wife, and just mentioned Ethelfled, does it in his stead and wins many king battles against the Danes and their allies. which many argue saved England from being wiped out in its early days. So, let's rate the entire series. Last Kingdom in accuracy and entertainment. I use a simple 5-point scale for each, and I will share some of the most notable examples. A 1 is horribly inaccurate, prejudicial, and damaging. This would be Pocahontas. Number 2, utter trash. And fantasy, it doesn't really matter. That would be 10,000 BC. Lipstick on a pig would get a 3. This is what I consider Braveheart. Then, a 4, historians would have this on repeat at home. This is Kingdom of Heaven. Number 5, near perfection. Only a few changes to make it to film. And this is very few. And one of those would be All the President's Men. On entertainment, a score of 1, walk out of the theater. 2, cringe. Number 3, decent, probably worth your time. 4, worth the money. 5, breathtaking, must see. So, I would rate Last Kingdom a 4 for accuracy. Yes, it is based on a fictional historical series, but it is well researched to bring to life notable people and events not shared in our education system today. As long as the viewer understands that Uhtred is a fictional construct, it's a great history starting point. For entertainment, it's a solid 5. This series was a great binge on our house, as Uhtred is so entertaining, and thanks to the fast-paced storytelling, but also strong acting by Alexander Dreymon, he makes you love, hate, and love Uhtred again, that he becomes so real because he is not perfect. This might not compete with the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, but it will be a much better series to finish and not make you frustrated at all. The writing, acting, and characters improve each series and makes you want more. So, I highly recommend this series, and next time I will discuss a series I do not recommend. So stay tuned. I'm Erik Carlson, and this has been History Reels.